ASAP Flash here, and I'm here with another video. So that's another that's another season in the books, and according to Mr. Poopy Butthole, we'll be waiting for season 4 for a very, 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 very long time. And I'm pretty sure the Rick and Morty crew is fucking with us. But who's to say? Because Mr. Poopy Butthole did basically predict the season 3 premiere to the day. He said like in about a year from now, blah blah blah, and that's pretty much what happened. So who's to say if Poopy Butthole is telling the truth or not? I'm gonna be honest, even though I thought it was an interesting episode and how they kind of fucked with us, and how a lot of people were theorizing that we're gonna see Evil Morty somewhere in this episode or whatever. I kind of felt like this season finale was a dud. Ooh, controversial opinion, maybe. I'm gonna explain. I mean, basically undone the whole entire season of the divorce story and how like you know Beth was kind of coming to her own person, blah blah blah. Only for it to be undone for her freaking out if she's a clone or not. And I don't know. I mean, it just seemed kind of like they're going somewhere with it to hope make into a season 4 arc that she's a clone, and then the real Beth returns, yada yada yada. But it just took a sharp turn to what I was not thinking of, and also in a bad way. For instance, I was kind of hypothesizing as well as everybody else, basically that you know somewhere along the line, uh, Beth, the clone, is just gonna like fall in love with Jerry. That's what happened, but it felt more forced. Like they set up this great season with them getting divorced and all this stuff that happened in the season, only for it to be undone at the final moment, saying like, "Oh well, let's be one happy family again." Although I did like that little switcheroo that was like where Rick acted like he was the fisherman Rick, and the president totally bought it. In fact, I think I like how this president is portrayed. I mean, I'm not saying it's a clear dig at Obama necessarily, but more than likely it's just a dig at most, you know, presidential or political figures that they're totally incompetent on what they're doing. I mean, especially with Rick, because I mean he's always thinking like 10 steps ahead of everybody. So like that one scene in when they're in the the West Wing, the Oval Office, or I think that's what it's called, the Oval Office, where everybody has guns on Rick, and then he's just basically warning everybody to stand your ground and whatever, and it just they fucking don't listen. They just kind of like do shit, whatever. But the one thing I did like in this episode, how it kind of like reached our expectations, saying that. Basically, the whole episode is gonna be as Morty phrased it as Ghostbusters. Just basically use Rick and Morty for the shit that the president doesn't want to do, get rid of all the other shit. But it just mainly, basically, this whole episode is just like Rick just fucking with the president so much where he's like physically annoyed by them. I mean, I think I seen like either YouTube video or interview or whatever that Justin Roiland wanted to bring the president like back, like kind of like a Doctor Who type of stuff, like a parody of Doctor Who, where certain episodes the president, or not the president, but like some kind of a police official would call Doctor Who and kind of like help him out with some type of problem. But I'm pretty sure like after this episode, we probably won't see Keith David's character ever again, and probably the kind of president we're seeing is Evil Morty maybe. And I kind of thought it was a little bit of a, not necessarily a letdown, but just kind of you know I would have at least liked some kind of mention of Evil Morty somewhere or another. Actually, like after that fight with the president, I thought that's what had happened, but it was kind of like they ran off to they ran off to a secluded cabin that Rick knew about. So that was pretty much it. And I just thought it was kind of funny when he was saying like, oh, like basically pleading with the president, like his version of the portals is like saying, like, basically said your ghetto ass version of it. It's like that's kind of funny. um so yeah, I mean, I was hoping some kind of a good finale, good kind of like ending to it, but it just the whole clone shit or whatever, just kind of it kind of I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying have low expectations for season 4, but it just kind of like I hope they can do something epic to kind of bounce back from that or whatever. And especially since that whole shit, what has been going on throughout the season, like I said, only to be undercut with this. But then again, it should be no surprise because basically that's what the creators of Rick and Morty are famous for. They're famous for their fucking undercuts and subversions and leading expectations only to be like, oh nope, that's not it. Especially in the first episode of season 3, titled the fuck, what is it? Basically it was a play on Shawshank Redemption. Like his redemption is gonna be something great to avenge his family or whatever. But it basically his vengeance or whatever is just to get Szechuan dipping sauce. So and it just seemed kind of like kind of a middle finger towards the audience when it's kind of like saying about like jumping dimensions again. It's like, what is he gonna leave his family once again or whatever. And that thing didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's take it for what it's worth. It's just another fun Rick and Morty episode. But yeah, I just feel. I mean, I like the show, but sometimes I just feel like, damn, we got screwed again. Holy shit, or whatever. I don't know how long we're gonna wait for season 2, but hope I mean season 2, season 4, but hopefully not that long. But yeah, I don't know. So and another thing, man, that poopy butthole season finale post credit scene. I don't know if that's gonna be a norm. I'm pretty sure it is. Considering that's what happened in season 2. Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for the review. Kind of surprising to me that I thought the episode of Rick and Morty was bad. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm out like the Flash, and see you with another video.